Remember C. Everett Koop? He was the U.S. Surgeon General under Ronald Reagan. C. Everett Koop, he was a renowned pediatric surgeon. He worked out of a hospital outside of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. C. Everett Koop tells a story about how his wife would drag him to church every Sunday. I mean, he went kicking and screaming. And at first, he said he would sit in the pew and he would disagree with everything that the preacher had to say. He said after about a year and a half of his wife dragging him to church, he would listen to the preacher, and all of a sudden he would start thinking to himself, you know what? I agree with what he's saying. And then it continued to build week after week. And all of a sudden, he came to the point where he was a believer. And it impacted the way that he performed his duties. You know, or maybe you're like me. I was baptized as an infant. You know what? I went to a Lutheran Christian elementary school. My parents were involved in church. I was involved in church. I never remember a time where I was not a follower of Jesus. Oh yes, I mean, at times my strength was extremely strong and other times not so much. But I never remember a time in my life that I was not a follower of Jesus. And so maybe you're like me. Maybe you're like C. Everett Koop. You know, you could never tell somebody what week or day or hour that you came to faith. But God worked in you. And so you see, new life, being born again, does not always have this dramatic entrance. But my friends, what does come in, it's stupendous. What does come in is phenomenal. You know, Paul tries to explain it to us in the book of Titus. He said, he saved us. God saved us, not because of righteous things we had done, but because of his mercy. He saved us through the washing of rebirth and renewal by the Holy Spirit. I mean, first and foremost, that is a direct reference to holy baptism.